Hey everyone, Jackie here with Enjoying Life's Journey. Welcome back to my channel. Today is March 29th, so we're just ending out the month and we're ready to start April. So I thought because it is the first, technically I do the first Tuesday of every month as our budget report card. However, it's a Tuesday, it's only a couple days off, so I'm going to go ahead and just do it today. So March was actually a really good month. If you watched last month, we actually became officially debt-free, and so this month, it took a week or two for it to even really set in that we were debt-free until I was able to save quite a bit of money throughout a couple different categories. So the more I'm saving, the more it's just I'm realizing we don't have any debt, and it's awesome. But basically, also this month, our income was quite a bit higher than I anticipated. If you watched last month's video, I mentioned that I did get a new job. I switched from working at Amazon and I'm working at Domino's delivering pizzas now. And I am blown away with how much money you can actually make delivering pizzas. So now I understand why Dave Ramsey actually encourages people, if you need to get a second job or you need the extra income, to go deliver pizzas. Because seriously, you guys, you're going to see it definitely pays off. So I'm going to try to go through March fairly quick and then go through April pretty quick as well. Yeah, so we're working on baby step 3, which is to save 3 to 6 months of our emergency fund. In addition, though, we do have 2 sinking funds that we're focusing on until we hit the road full-time in the RV. If you're not really sure what I'm talking about, you can also check out some of our previous videos discussing our future plans of full-time RVing. All right, so let's jump in income. Ricky, we budgeted $1436 and he made $1482. They actually had another bonus. Their store's doing really well, so they got another little bonus there. That was nice. I originally budgeted $716 for myself because what I did was I was scheduled for 22 hours, and we don't get our for 1 week. We don't get our schedule until like a week ahead of time, so we don't know our schedule for the whole month. So I just guessed and was like, okay, let's just assume I'm gonna make 22 hours for 4 weeks at the minimum of $8 an hour. That's kind of how I came up with my $716. Now the way it works at Domino's, if you're working in the store, making pizzas, taking orders, doing dishes, all of that stuff, if you're actually in the store working, you get $8 an hour. When you're on the road driving for a delivery, you get $5 an hour, but then you also get $1 per delivery is for gas, and then you get to keep all of your tips. And then the way that works, you're actually paid every other Friday. You're paid your hourly pay, but every night you work, you get to keep your gas money and your tip money, so you actually are getting cash every night. The downside is that when you get paid, your paychecks, basically half of your paycheck is going to taxes because they're taking into consideration you've already been paid that tip money, if that makes sense. So for instance, one of my paychecks should have been about $300 and it ended up only being $150. In addition to that though, however, they had my withholdings incorrect. They had me down as single, claiming 0. And when I filled out my paperwork at the new hire, I actually did married claiming 3. So they are supposed to have that fixed for April. So they shouldn't be holding that much tax for April. Hopefully, we'll see. So again, I budgeted $716. I actually made $1,307. So quite a bit, almost double what I had budgeted for. So that's awesome, you guys, just delivering pizzas. And I actually averaged between probably 25 hours a week. I actually ended up staying late several nights. So basically working 25 hours a week. Again, I'll be working 2 more days for the month, so this actually could go up. I was averaging about $40 a night with my gas and tips, so we'll see. So that's awesome. I'm excited about that. Extra money, this is if we sell anything around the house, and we did. I sold an Xbox, a 32-inch TV, a dresser, and a bunch of the girls' toys, so we made $130. And anything we sell around the house is automatically being put into our RV supply fund, if you will. So for instance, you know, if we sell a TV and we need a smaller TV for the RV, then, you know, that kind of, you know, household items for RV household items, if that makes any sense. So overall, we made an extra $767 from what we budgeted. So yeah, deliver pizzas, you guys. If you need extra money, deliver pizzas. Okay, regular expenses. I'm just going to go down. Again, I color code these. If it's green, it was better than budget. Blue, right on budget. Red, we were over budget. So rent, $892.50, we were right on budget. Car insurance, $119.35, right on budget. Trash wasn't due this month. Netflix, $8.69, right on budget. Electric, $144.28, right on budget. Water, $101.12, right on budget. Adobe Cloud, $10.62, right on budget. Cell phone, $50, right on. Motorcycle insurance, $23.78, right on. Groceries, we originally budgeted $222. I mention this in almost every video that I budget $8 a day for the month. Subtract, we do get $26 from food stamps, and that basically we have a few more months of that, and then we're no longer on assistance. So again, you guys, if you're struggling and you're low income and you need help, don't be ashamed to ask for it and to get it, but always remember the idea is to get ahead so we no longer need help. So we're almost there. We have a few more months of that, and then we will not be renewing our food stamps, so that's good. We did end up spending $261.54, went a little over budget, and that's actually because I ended up purchasing groceries this week, and it kind of ended up paying for about 3 days worth of groceries for April, so you'll see kind of how I adjusted that in April. Gas, I left it white. I budgeted $160. Technically, we had $173 in the envelope. However, we still have $20 in the envelope. So if we have 2 days, if we don't end up using that, then we've actually come in under budget. So I've kind of left that white. Diapers, $35, right on. We didn't need dog food. Personal care, $33.68. Household, $10. Rollover, this is how much we need rolled over to the next month to cover any expenses that come out before a payday, if that makes sense. So right on, the $324.75 is rolled over to April. Great, so let's go down. So we have no debt. All this part here, RV loan, that's where my debt used to be. I changed that to RV loan. We will be selling our motorcycles for the down payment of our RV. We will be purchasing an RV and hitting the road full time, you know, September, October of this year. And we're actually not looking at that as a debt. We're looking at that as a mortgage or, you know, a home because it will be our house on wheels for that time being. So that will end up being there later. Emergency savings, we said we're going to budget $274. We actually saved $288. Again, the 2 last days of this month that I'll be working, anything I make in tips will automatically go into the emergency savings, so that's a good chance that that could go up about $80, which would be good. This is just a little note for myself, letting me know that this is how much I have in the bank account, this is how much I have cash. We're still in the process of figuring out how I want to set up the emergency savings. So if you guys could leave a comment below how you're doing it. Are you doing it just in a separate savings account? Are you keeping it at the house? Like, how are you doing it? Because I know a regular savings account, you're not really going to get that much interest, but you don't want to put it in some kind of retirement fund because that's not what it's for. It's for emergencies. So let me know in the comments what you guys are, where you're putting your emergency savings. Give me some ideas about that. But our balance is $1,764. So we're getting there. We're going to try to have at least 3 months by the time we hit the road. So we want to have about $5,400 saved up. So we're well on our way for that. Sinking funds. Over here, I do have a balance in my car registration of $220. I mentioned this last month. I was going to pay for 2 years worth of car registration. That's usually what I do. We're still not sure if we're going to change our residency in September when we hit the road. In addition, my motorcycle is actually in my dad's name, and so I need to have the title switched over to my name before we can sell it, and they're going to make me pay a whole year's worth of registration for that, so it's going to be like $84. So this, I may end up just doing, you know, the motorcycle registration, doing the 84, and then what's left, I may just do 1 year on the car registration. I don't know. We'll figure that out, what I end up doing there. Car bike maintenance, we ended up spending 21. We did have to have an oil change that we didn't budget for, so that's a little over budget. So Burning Man, we ended up putting an extra $206 towards it, so we have a balance of $1,369. Tickets, the main sale was this month, March, and there's so many people trying to get tickets. We didn't get tickets. I was logged on, I was in the queue to get tickets. Within 35 minutes, they were sold out. Within an hour, they were officially paid for, sold out. So that was a little disappointing. We didn't get the tickets there. However, at the end of April, we can sign up for their STEP program. So anyone who has a ticket who decides they're not going to make it and they want to sell it, they want a refund from Burning Man, basically they can list that ticket for sale. Somebody like myself can then buy it, and then that person can get their refund. So it's all at face value. They can't make a profit off of it that way. So we will be signing up for that. And that is open basically until July. So we could go all the way until July not knowing if we get a ticket. We could get one at the last minute. And then there is a final sale at the very end of July, beginning of August. So we're still being optimistic. We're still budgeting. Basically what we're budgeting now, we have the ticket money saved, as you can see, but what we're budgeting for now is our gas money, our food money, and some of the outfits that we wanted to get, and a few camping things that we still need to get. So that's up in the air. If we end up not getting tickets and we don't get to go, that's okay. That money will then just roll over into our RV fund. So we'll be okay. But for now, we're going to continue saving towards Burning Man, and we're still prepping as if we're going. And so we got to stay optimistic for that. So that's kind of a spiel on my Burning Man. Giving $5. Basically, we did splurge a little bit, and we went out to eat at a restaurant, just IHOP. We haven't really done restaurants for a long time. So it was a $5 tip. So we just did breakfast at IHOP, nothing crazy. Arcadia made $2. We have certain chores that she has to do that she doesn't get paid for, and then we have things if she helps out with. She helped me wash my car and pull some weeds out of the front yard, so she can earn $1 per task. So she earned $2. So I added their funds here. I'm not sure if I mentioned that in last month's video or not, but basically this is the money that they have saved. So Arcadia has $48, Elsa has $63. And the way that works, anytime they're given gift money for Christmas or birthdays, half of it goes into savings and half of it they get to spend. So that's kind of how Elsa even has a savings, because it's from gift money. RV fund. So like I mentioned, whatever we sell around the house automatically goes into the fund. And then in addition, we're trying to save towards that. So now we have, we're able to save $361 towards the RV fund. Our balance is $347. I did buy us some new towels. So what we did for this month, and hopefully it works out for April, is that we were able to save 10% to our emergency savings, 5% to Burning Man, and 5% to the RV. So that's kind of, we were able to save a total of 20%. So that's what we're going to try to do moving forward. Last part of sinking fund, our homeschool office. We went over budget. We budgeted $76.80. I spent $104.76. So we were able to get some of Arcadia's things. And for the office, I know we had to get something else. I'm not really sure what. I don't remember what it was that we spent. And last category is our fun category. We budgeted $100. We spent $170.54. We're getting better. In the past, when we've made that extra money, we've spent well over $200. So even though we made all that extra money, we kept it under $200. So I'm totally okay with that. We were able to save 20% of our income, and we had a good month. It was a really good month. So I'm going to give us an A. I think we did really good for March. So real quick, we're just going to head on to April and see a few things that changed, but for the most part, the budget's going to look pretty much the same. All right, so for April, again, I'm just going to go through this kind of quick. Income, we are just budgeting $1436 for Ricky. That's what we've been budgeting, and we'll just keep budgeting that and see. For myself, I bumped it up to $1,000 instead of last month I had budgeted only $716. So I bumped it up. I didn't want to bump it up too high because with the tips, you just don't know. You really don't know. However, I do get 3 paychecks, so I get my hourly pay at least 3 times. So I'm just kind of saying, estimating $200 a paycheck for that, and then some tips. So we'll see what that ends up being like. As you can see from March, we made quite a bit more. So we'll probably be doing about the same. Extra, we don't foresee how much we're going to make yet, but we do have stuff. We still have more things listed on Craigslist. So as we continue to downsize the house, we just continue to add stuff to Craigslist. So we'll see what's there. We do have our rollover, like I mentioned, our $324.75, and that's there now. And I get paid on the 1st, so we'll see what that ends up looking like. All right, so regular expenses, I'm just going to go down and say whether it's the same or if it changed. Rent is the same, car insurance the same, Netflix the same, electric, awesome, $83.32. This is the lowest I've seen our electric bill since we've moved into this house. So we're just renting this house, but we moved in June, and $83.32 is we had a good month where we didn't really need to use the heater, and it wasn't hot enough for the AC yet. So hopefully we get one more month before it gets too hot, so we'll see. Internet the same, water the same, Adobe Cloud the same, cell phone the same, motorcycle insurance the same. Groceries, this is where I was saying from the previous month, because I already bought 3 days worth of groceries for April. Again, I just take how many days are in the month times our $8 per day minus our $26 food stamp. So I'm budgeting $190 for groceries for April. Gas, I'm budgeting $160. Again, however, like I mentioned, we still have $20 left from March, so I may end up changing that to $140 because we have that. We might roll that over. We'll see. Diapers $35. Dog food, we're still good on dog food. Personal care $10. Household $10. We do need some more toilet paper, paper towels, and you know what? I may try to stop using paper towels, just to kind of cut down on the waste and to cut down on the cost, and just using our hand towels. So I don't know yet. We'll see. And then rollover for the next month, I'm estimating we're going to need $427.75 to cover bills before paydays. All right. So RV loan, obviously we don't have the RV yet. We're trying to hold off until a little bit of time, till we are closer to hitting the road. Emergency savings, we're estimated that we're going to be able to save $150. It's not as much. However, again, if I make more than I budgeted, it will be going into our emergency savings. Car maintenance, it's a random number, $38.03. That's kind of what was left. We do need we need an air filter. 2 different, I guess our car has 2 different air filters, one for the air conditioning and one for the engine or whatever. So we need to get 2 air filters. I don't know how much they cost. I was estimating around $20 each, so we'll see. Burning Man, again, we're trying to just save towards Burning Man, so $110. RV fund, $100. Homeschool office, I'm budgeting $100 because we actually need ink for the printer. So I'm budgeting, I need about $54 for ink, and then the $46 that's left will be for a few homeschooling things. And then again, for fun, we're budgeting $100. So we'll see what we end up getting. So all in all, everything is, we have our budget, we have our estimated income amount, we've given every dollar a place, and we have a 0 balanced budget. All right, so I hope that makes sense. And if you're new to the channel, again, if you don't know really what I'm talking about with some of the RV funds and Burning Man and all that, I have a lot of other videos kind of going through those journeys as well, so you can watch those. And yeah, so you guys, Awesome. We're working baby step 3 now. And again, let me know in the comments, what are you guys doing with your emergency savings? Where should I be putting mine? Okay. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next month for our budget report card. Bye.